Hello, future cabin crew. Would you like to know the salary of Emirates cabin crew? If you're interested, watch this video because I will be covering the salary of Emirates cabin crew with parts, which means I will go into details. Also, I will be talking about some of the deductions you might have, the amount of sick days you're allowed to have when you start flying, and also how much money you will be paid when you start flying, which means when you're still in training college and you're still doing your training. I will also be talking about some tricks that you can do when you start flying to increase the salary, and let's start. Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hajar. I'm a former Emirates cabin crew and I'm a cabin crew coach now. In today's video, I will be covering the parts of the salary for Emirates cabin crew and I will start right away. So basically, you will have 4,400 dirham basic salary, and with that said, you will only start having that amount of money when you graduate. The probation period is 6 months, so before that you will be a bit poor. The salary won't be enough for you to live a luxurious life. 4,400 dirham, as I said, is the basic salary. You can convert that using Google and you will find it in dollars exactly. Also, you will be paid per hours, which means if you fly 1 hour, you will be paid extra money for that hour. If you fly 120 hours, you will be paid for those hours. The maximum hours that you can fly is 120 hours, okay? And we will go back to this and I will tell you some tricks on how to have more hours. Do I recommend 120 hours? No, I don't, because I've done it like twice, I think, or thrice, and I felt like I didn't have any life. When I say 120 hours, it does not mean that those are the only hours that you will be working. Just count the 2 hours before, the 2 hours after, the hours in between. If you're doing a turnaround, all of this will just be so much from your daily life. This is why I recommend 100 hours, because you will be having a good salary and at the same time you will have some rest for yourself. The third part of the salary is the allowances. The allowances are the money you'll be getting when you go to the hotel. I don't know if you've seen Emirates cabin crew before, but then when they're going to check in the hotel, they will be giving them an envelope with money. So that money is enough for them to stay during that layover. For example, if you have a 24 hours layover, they will give you enough money for that. But then you cannot live a luxurious life, drink a lot of alcohol and expect that money to be enough. I will give you examples. For example, if you're going to New York for a 24 hours layover, they will give you $80. If you go to Auckland, which is 2 days and a half stay, they will give you 160 Australian dollars. So is it enough? Yes, it's enough for you to eat, but then is it enough for you to go sightseeing and go to some fancy places where you pay an entrance? No, it's not enough, because I remember when I went to Auckland, for example, when we went to the Habitants, we paid $100 just for the entrance. Is the rest, which is $60, enough for you to eat and survive and blah, blah, blah for 2 days and a half? No, it's not. But then again, this job is for you to have fun, especially during the first period. So do that. Do not worry about saving money, especially in the first year or 2 years of flying. Just enjoy that life as much as possible. And let's not forget the discounts you will be getting. Because for example, here in Algeria, in Sheraton Hotel, or even in New York, you will be having 50% discount for food, for drinks, for breakfast, literally for every single thing. So when they give you that money, you can eat in the hotel because it will be enough with the 50% discount. Here in Algeria, they will be giving you 7,000 dinars, which is not a lot of money when you go out side, but then if you stay in the hotel, it's more than enough. You will eat, you will drink, you will have breakfast, you will, I don't know what to say, but then it's enough. Though Sheraton is expensive, but then with the 50% discount, it's more than enough. Now, I don't know if you're new with us or you've been watching me for a while, but I spoke about duty free before, and you can make some extra cash with duty free. With that said, you will be getting 10% of each item you will sell on board, and you can only do duty free after 6 months of probation. Is it good? Do I recommend it? I highly recommend it. And when you start flying, you will get to know the destinations that usually people spend a lot of money on board. For example, Africa, China. People usually on those flights, they buy a lot of things, and you will make some extra cash for yourself. I know people who made 15,000 dirham per a month just selling duty free. I myself made 5,000 dirham a month, not every single month, but then I made some extra cash when I did duty free. Can we choose the hours, or they give us the hours? Because as I said in the beginning of the video, I will give you some breaks. The first one is duty free, so do duty free because you will earn some extra cash. The second break is change flights. It's called swapping. So you swap flights with someone else. For example, you have a flight of 4 hours, you will swap your flight with someone who has a flight of 10 hours, then there is 6 hours more going and coming back, which means 12 hours more. 12 hours, when you multiply it per 62 dirham, it's a lot of money. And here you can do that with a lot of flights, so you can change your flights with some other people and you will be earning money. For the hours and the flights, it's actually rostering team. They do plan your roster in advance, and then you will be getting your roster, which is your schedule, with every other cabin crew member. And then you can get some flights that you requested, because you can request flights and you can either get them or not. Also, then you can change the flights if you want more hours, less hours, if you want different destinations. And here there are some restrictions that I hate, especially for Arabic speakers. Sometimes you can only swap with Arabic speakers only, but then sometimes if you're lucky, there are a lot of Arabic speakers in that flight that you're having, so you can swap with everyone. But then restrictions are, oh my god, so bad. And you can try in the system. Sometimes it's impossible to swap flights, but then sometimes you get lucky and you can swap flights like this. Now let's talk about sick days. How many sick days cabin crew can have? You can have 15 sick days per 6 months. But is that really correct? I know people when they actually call sick for 10 days, but not consecutive 10 days. So you actually have to divide them into parts. For example, I called sick for 2 days now. After a month, I will call sick for 2 days again, and like this. But then if you call sick twice, and then the third time when you call sick, the management will call you and they will be like, are you okay? Why are you calling sick? Though you did not exceed the maximum of days that they told you that it's allowed. So you have to be careful. Do not call sick as many times as possible. Do not reach the 15 days, otherwise problems will start happening. Will you get paid when you call sick? Yes, you will get paid when you call sick until you reach the 15 days that you are allowed to have. When you reach those 15 days, then they will start deducting money from your salary. I will talk about another deduction, which is actually about absence. When you have an absence, they will deduct 200 dirham from your salary, which is a lot, especially if you just reach the gate like 1 minute after the time passed, and then they will not let you in. They will put you on standby. They will give you another flight. So you worked, but then they deduct the money after that, because you've caused them troubles. You've caused them, like, they kept on looking for people to replace you. It does make sense somehow, but then at the moment it does not make sense to you, to me, to any other cabin crew, because we don't want them to take the money from us, obviously. And finally, let's talk about you when you first move to Dubai. When you first move to Dubai, they will pick you up in the airport. You will go all together to your accommodations or hotels even. and then the next day or the next day. It actually depends on the day of your arrival. You will go to training college and they will give you 500 dirham for you to spend, and then they will give you a salary of 2,000 dirham. Your salary during your training is 2,000 dirham. Is it enough? Is it not enough? I'd say it's not enough at all. So you have to take your money with you, please. But at least you're being paid when you are not flying. You're still in training college and you get paid. So let's be thankful for that. Also, how much is your salary when you start flying after the 2 months? So you're still in probation. You're still in the 6 months probation period. How much is your salary? Your basic salary is 2,000 dirham. It's not 4,400 dirham like the rest of the cabin crew, but you are being paid for the flying hours as well. Is it enough? Obviously, it's not enough, and you will always be comparing yourself to the other cabin crew members who graduated because they have more money, way more money than you. So it will take some time for you to earn money like them. You have to graduate first. You have to study a lot in that training college, and I'd say study, study, study. Do not lose your time going out, clubbing, drinking, blah, 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 because people fail when they are still in training college because they drink a lot, they go out a lot. I don't recommend that, because if you join the airline, then I think it's your dream. You don't want to lose your job for just some fun, or maybe you are like, woo, I have a lot of new friends. I'm in an amazing place. I can go to that, but don't let that fool you. Study, finish your training, and then start flying and have as much fun as you like. I'd like to invite you to join us on Instagram, Queen MK Official. I'm posting a lot of valuable information there, so please do join us. Also, share the video if you think it's beneficial, and see you on my other videos, and bye bye.